I did have to take the stop rail out and grind more off it. Now I have my keyframes splitting the difference. It could well be that the hammers were tipped before, but in any case, the shanks go in just a little bit, and I split it equally between the tenor and the bass sections. As a guide, I have a straight edge, and I can sight from the middle center pin to where the string enters the becket, becomes the becket. And I can see that this string goes a little bit like that. So what I'm going to do is space it to the dampers, which does actually move it a little bit this way, because it may never have been a straight line, and also the plate could be in slightly the wrong place, or the guide rail could be. But it's important that in this section that the dampers match the strings. So that's my starting point. And make it as straight a line as I can at this end. To make it as stable as possible. Okay, I did spacing in the piano, and I'm going to record that spacing. Got to be careful not to mark my hammers, so I lower them before I make the mark. This is not perfect, but it's pretty darn good, and coupled with spacing them to each other, it's going to give me a very accurate place to return to after I tweak my traveling and squaring. The ends of the feet of the regulating rack flush to the guides, so I have a place that I can come back to. I have taken number 1. If I turn this knob by mistake, and all of a sudden I don't know whether my template is correct or not, this gives me a record. I line this up, put it underneath note number 1, which is in my my scale, and I'm back in business. Okay, next steps are to tweak the travel as needed, and the squaring to vertical, and then spacing. And to do that, I need to set up the squaring platform. The squaring platform was set up before for hanging the hammers, and before that for traveling the shanks when they were a part of the action. So I am going to retrieve the depth gauge that I took the measurement from, so I can just go directly back to the place that it was in when I did the traveling. But the idea is to have the sliding top high enough so that it clears the back checks when they're at rest, and of course when the hammers are up, they're up. So you may have to loosen them up a bit and go over, but so they're not jammed against the top of the back checks, but they are under the shanks. And then this can lift those shanks up so the hammers are at strike. Okay, here's my depth gauge from the previous setup. I'm going to quickly set this side, and then because there could be a seesaw effect Once I've set this side, I'll go back and check it. And there's a little tiny bit. Okay, that's good. And please like, subscribe, or follow the link in the notes to my website.